Hey, welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Self, where we will chat all about real life experiences with real women as guest experts and real life solutions to common and not so common struggles all of us women have while keeping it simple. In this podcast, we will be chatting all about hormones and how it relates to everything in women's health: mind, body, soul, fitness, nutrition, relationships, sexual health, and our general overall well-being. This is raw, real, and unapologetic talk about what once was taboo and is sensitive to talk about, but I'm going there. And I hope you find yourself and solutions in this journey with me, where my motto is happy mind, happy body, happy hormones, happy life, and just to be simply happy. If you like what you hear and want to work with me, go to thehappyhormonescoach.com and send me a message. Now, let's dive into it. Sit back, relax, grab some tea or coffee, and listen in with me. Hi, and welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Self. In this episode, I'm sharing with you my story of how the Happy Hormones Coach was conceived, no pun intended. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. So, to make a way long story short, I got married, wanted children, and after a year of not conceiving, I decided to go to my OBGYN and look into it. So I did. I had an exam, all the labs were done, and basically was told there's no reason why I shouldn't be getting pregnant. There is absolutely nothing wrong with me. And the only advice was to just keep having sex. Okay. Well, ladies, any of this resonating with you yet? Especially those of you who have struggled with, for lack of a better word, infertility. I personally don't like that word. It's a mindset thing. I don't use it in my personal life or my business with clients at all. I just don't like it. But anyways, backstory. I've been a CMA and phlebotomist for 24 years, so I definitely knew my way around the lab, around doctors' offices of every sort, literally, all the terminology and all that jazz. That's why I left so frustrated and confused. I knew my body. I knew something wasn't right. I felt it. You know, that gut feeling that we all have? Well, I felt it. Growing up, we were always told as children that having sex would lead to pregnancy, so be careful. And I know for some women, that is the case, but for a lot of women, including myself, that just isn't. I felt alone. I felt like everything I knew was wrong. My sisters all have children. My friends have children. I felt like everyone around me was just getting pregnant so easily. And it's like, why couldn't I? What was wrong? I felt like I was to blame. I was the woman so that all the responsibility was on me because I was the woman. And what was I doing wrong? I must have been doing something wrong. All these thoughts went through my head. So after 2 years of trying, and at this point, my periods were quote unquote normal, with pain and cramping, horrible PMS symptoms, and being out of commission for a week. That's what we're told when we're little girls and we start our period for the first time, that pop some Tylenol, you'll be okay. It just lasts a couple days to a week. Skip gym, whatever you need to do, you'll be out of commission for a week. Well, as you'll learn later on in future episodes, that is completely false. That is not normal. That is how no woman should live at all. Anyways, I get off track. So I still had no baby. I had enough. I was doing the right things, having sex like I needed to, but at that point, it became like a chore. I was eating healthy, or so I thought. I worked at a gym at that time as a personal trainer, and so I was working out all the time. I was fit, I thought. My body looked fit. I looked healthy. Again, that's another misconception that we will go on through further episodes. And I couldn't understand it. What the heck was wrong with me? So I hired my first, or my only, fertility coach after silently following her online for over a year. Yes, ladies, I was a silent follower with my fertility coach in her groups for a year before even contacting her to see how we can work together. But I'm glad I did, because that was the best thing that happened to my personal life, my health, and my brand. Stay with me as I explain why. I went in wanting to conceive, but during the first month while I was doing the things and being coached, being supported, I had the best, most pleasant period of my entire life. Yep. At age 40, the best period, the best month, how it should be. Ladies, I'm telling you, if you are not having pleasant periods, and I'm not just talking about the bleeding phase of your cycle, I'm talking about the whole cycle, the whole cycle, then I'm telling you, you have to experience it. And that's what my fertility coach gave me, and that's what I want to give you. But anyways, I realized what no doctor had told me. I'm sure it's probably due to time constraints. You know, when you go to your doctor's office, you have like 10 minutes to see them, however. But what my coach helped me was experience. I experienced my hormones were so out of balance. I had a sigh of relief. All my symptoms, anxiety, depression, the constant battles of mood swings throughout the day, painful PMS, roller coaster of emotions, and emotional eating throughout the whole month, feeling defeated, poor sleep quality, weight fluctuations like crazy, unexplained acne, red, itchy, blotchy skin, marriage problems, work relationship problems, due to communication, due to lack of focus, due to being just so tired and just not even wanting to get out of bed because I was tired even when I woke up, and so on and so on. I was a hot mess. But now I had an answer, an explanation for all these symptoms and my fertility struggles. My hormones just weren't happy. They were on the crazy train. I mean, they were so out of balance. They literally were on the crazy train going nowhere. Now, transparency. I'm not pregnant, nor did I get pregnant. More on that later. But I did discover the missing link. And that's why I'm here to share with you all the experiences I've had, all the experiences that I've seen and heard and taken all those 24 years of being in the medical field and having the time to support you, coach you, and give you the experience that my coach gave me. Okay, so what is the missing link? Well, it's time. It's time, support, truly caring, listening, not just hearing, understanding, not just knowledge, experience, and not just education. I Googled things all the time when I was going through this journey, this whole process. Like I said, I was a silent follower of my coach about over a year before I actually contacted with her or even engaged or liked her videos or anything, but I was consuming the knowledge, and my hormones were still out of whack. I had no idea about hormones, really. I mean, I just knew I wanted to get pregnant. I was doing the things, nothing was happening. What is wrong? And that's really what I was Googling and getting all the information from. But I know some of you can, all this information is readily available. There's knowledge everywhere on the web. You can find it in groups. You can find it on Google. You can find it pretty much anywhere. But for me and so many other women, I'm sure, you just can't do it on your own. You need that access, that accountability. That's exactly what I needed. And like I said, I experienced it the first month and worth working with her. And that's what I want to give to you. So that is my way long origin story, short in a nutshell. Stay tuned next week for another Real Talk episode. I am so glad you're here. I hope you were blessed by this episode as much as I loved making it. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I loved making it. Remember to subscribe, and sharing is caring, so if you know that woman who could benefit from this, please share and leave a review. It would mean the world to me to get this message out and start changing women's lives like never before. Interested in how you can work with me directly? Go to thehappyhormonescoach.com and send me a message. I can't wait to hear from you. As always, be simply happy. Have a happy mind, happy body, happy hormones, and ultimately a happy life. Until next time.